A very, very good evening, everybody. Um, it's looks like we are having a little bit of a problem or two. I'll just give you back right now. And we are back. Sorry for that. Always a little bit of a gremlin coming in. Yes, thank you so much for joining, and very, very welcome to SIMSPEED 90s Touring Car Series. Um, As you can see, the guys are already on track, busy qualifying, but the sequence is a little bit different than normal. They are doing a solo qualifying. We won't actually see the cars doing the qualifying, and we can already see though on the track that Ernest Heather in a Wix Origin Wix Filters car, he's got a 156.7 at the moment. Um, yeah, and you wonder also, why do we have a human talking tonight? I thought promising the guys, if we have a lot of cars and drivers entering the series, I will actually do some live commentating. So yeah, thank you for joining, and all the support that we at some speed received from you. Thank you so much. Can anyone just let me know how the sound output uh, is on that side? The mic, is it hard? Is it good enough? I'm just trying to get myself organized here. So let us see who we will have on track tonight. So we also have Drian Griesel here in the 155 Alpha. Um, Also, I think at this stage in second position. And as you were wondering, why are the guys not racing qualifying on track? Because we have so many cars on track, we thought it would be best to just do solo qualifying. So the guys is actually on their own on track. And we actually can't see it. That's basically a downfall of the sim, that they don't show it the cars in the solo qualifying. And then Sean Olivier. Sean is there in third place at this stage. Can everyone that's watching the stream just let me know how the sound quality is of the microphone and my voice? Richard Reske is there in fourth place so far, also in a 155 Alpha. We also have Jamie Ray Nichols, and we have Mark Guy on track. And I must say, the guys did a lot of hard work on the liveries of the cars. The cars really looks very nice. And we've got Caden Scott currently there in 8th position. Bradley Taylor and also Willie van Wyk of Grootfontein Auto Electric sponsored, I think that's the Honda. Uh, and we've got Jonathan Visser as well in the other Wix Filters origin sponsored car. See, still on track racing tonight. We will have Mike Ramsey in a Nissan Primera. Great, thanks for letting me know that the sound is fine. Um, as we said, the virtual commentators is a little bit on leave tonight, so I thought I must actually get back into the commentating side of things. I haven't done that for ages, but let's see how we will go through the night. So while we are qualifying, is still a few seconds left, and we've got Drian Grissel in first place so far. Ernest Heather in second. Jamie Ray Nichols popped up there in third. So a few seconds left of qualifying, and then we will go to the action. 2 8-lap races. If something happens on the first lap, we will have a safety car triggered. The virtual safety car lights will come on, and we will restart the race while everyone is just sorting themselves out. And we will restart the race as soon as possible after that again with a restart sequence. Yeah, let's see what the action will bring us on. And we've got Sean Olivier on track. Let's just go through a few names. We've got Robert Scholes there in a Scania. I think that's also a Honda. And Francois van der Heever. And then a Peugeot. But youngster Clayton Allen. I think Allen is in Alpha 156. Got Al Walters there also in a Nissan Primera. And where's just want to see where's Warren Dodd's Primera, because that's quite a classic Bankman Nissan Sentra, Nissan Primera that we use of old. Very nicely done. I must say that cars looks very nice on track. So at this stage, Richard Resker popped up there in first. With 156.611 and only 33 thousandths. Drian Grissel there in second. JP Brandt. And it seems like some of the top runners couldn't get a quick lap in, but 8 laps is still a long way to go in the race. Anything can happen. And we know, yeah, we are at KYALAMI. Yeah, 8 laps lying ahead of us, and looking forward to this one. We are in overtime. We will just have a short little break, and we'll get back into the action. While we're waiting for the cars, the time to switch over to the race, we'll have a look and see who's else on track. Yes. No, no, no. No, we've got Ernest Basson. We've got Ricardo Jacobs. We mentioned Elf Walters. We've got Abduruf Jacobs as well in a Ford Mondeo. Got Jonathan Visser. Yeah, we're going, as you can see, Jandre Bekes in a 6060 Checkers car. Got Bradley Taylor there. Caden Scott in 8. Francois van der Jever. Philip van Staden in a 6060 sister car with Jandre Bekes. See who else we've got on track. We've got Robert Stalls. Rian van der Westhuizen. So the other Black Sheep Alpha. Got Jonathan Geldenhuis in a Peugeot there. Willie van Wyk. Jamie Nichols there in an Napa Racing Peugeot. Mark Guy there in the Ford Mondeo. AP Brandt in a Peugeot there as well. Great. And that's my car. I think probably be the car with the least no accidents or no scratches tonight. We'll just stay in the pit. And yeah, we're going over to the race. You can see the Ernest Header. You see Richard Reske there in pole position. In Trian Grisel was in second place. JP Brandt in third. I think Ernest was there in fourth. Okay, put the Ford Mondeo quite up high. And, it looks like fifth position. Jamie Ray Nichols there in sixth. Sean Olivier in the Alpha 155 in seventh. Got Chandra Bekes there in the 6060 car. About 20 seconds to go. If someone is hooting already, wanting to try and pass already, hopefully safely. And the lights are out. The slow start there for Drian. I think Ernest already got almost kicked past there. So everyone having a go there to get to see there we with Ernest. There was a few things happening there at the back, so we will call a safety car. So basically what happens now is the guys will slow down to 120 kilometers an hour and we will restart the race as soon as everyone's bunched up again. Like there was a little bit of a coming together at the back. Looks like the front runners are got cleaned away. Now it's going through the S's. The leader also about 120 kilometers an hour. I think we are on board with JP Brandt there. And I think everyone is about to punch up again. Now we've got 30 cars on track. So what we'll do is we will restart the race on the main straight. On board here with Drian Griesel. He's Sean Olivier just ahead of Drian there. Everyone seems like nicely bunched up, so the race will restart at on the main straight. Want everyone to get on the main straight. There was a little bit of a coming together then as well there on the.
Get ready, get ready, get ready, going green.
And everyone is up and running again. Yeah, there was a little bit of a argy-bargy again at the last corner, hence why the little gap there, but we restarted the race and we off. Unfortunately, the young Griesel had a little bit of a slide there. Richard Reske is leading at this stage with Ernest Heather and Sean Olivier in third. Sean Olivier already looking to see if he can get past Ernest there. Our guy there in the Mondeo fourth with Cameron Nichols just behind him. Johnny Gelden is also coming on there, and see there's a little bit of a off-track excursion there as well. Looks like it was Clayton Ello. We're on board with Johnny. Johnny right next to Jonathan Visser. Also up front, Sean Olivier managed to get past Ernest Heather. And is staying with Sean if he can get some speed down the main straight. And it's going a little bit wide there. Start of lap 3. We've got 29 and 30 cars on track. See there we were at Willy van Wijk. Here we some action. Looks like these cars sliding on entry of the corner. Let's jump to the front. It seems like Richard opened a little bit of a gap over Sean. At this stage, Sean Olivier and Ernest Heather there in third. Mark catching up a little bit to Sean there, to Ernest, sorry. And Jamie Ray Nichols following Mark. A little bit of a gap to Johnny Geldenhuis and John Visser right behind him. And Bradley Taylor also in the. So it's a Peugeot getting chased by 2 Alphas. John is going defensive there on. So Bradley must take the long way around. Then we've got Tyler Scott as well there in 9th. And Drian Griesel recovering from that spin earlier in the lap. We've got Ivan Lerm. And then the other sister Scania liveried car. I think Robert Stolz has got the other one. Lorenzo Scott, also a youngster, if he can get past Ivan Lerm there. In front, the gaps probably John Fisher there and Bradley Taylor. Got a nice battle there. A little bit of a door slammer there. So yeah, I'm a bit rusted with the commentary and changing of cameras and all that kind of things. Let's see if I can get all the action to you. So we're currently on board with John Fisher, and now Tyler Scott is behind him. And Tyler Scott got past Bradley Taylor. Again, 18th position, Rian van der Westhuizen. Also in a little group of 4. JP Brandt also there in the mix with Rian and Al Waters. JP Brandt trying to get back. Seems like he had a little bit of maybe a spin at the start of the race. He's out of position, and see if we can make up some spaces again. Title line for JP there through Ingwe. Down the main straight. So we're on board with JP Brandt. Yeah, Richard is still leading with a 1.8 second lead over Sean. Late on the brakes there for JP, and yeah, nice pass. Following Jean-Marie Bekes, the 6060 liveried car. Someone is bit lagging at the back. And we also always got a problem with netcode and things like that. Probably the biggest issue of sim racing. Follow Warren Dot a little bit. The Warren is who's in front of Warren? Let's quickly see. Oh, Ivan Lerm. The Warren next to Ivan now. Going down the mine shaft. Ivan giving Warren a lot of space. And Warren got safely past there. The youngster Clayton Ella also got his elbows up there. Getting past, so now next to Ivan. Got Willie there on the inside. If they give each other a lot of room there, very nicely done. Clayton keeping his on the racing line. Ivan trying to see if he can go the long way around, but lose a little bit of speed there. Willie's passing him, and yeah, Clayton Ella doing a good job in just keeping on the racing line and let the other guys make it a little bit difficult for them. And yeah, see Clayton is now trying to catch up to Warren Dot there in the Nissan Primera. Just follow Mark Guy here. I think Mark Guy is closely behind Ernest Heather. Ernest still holding that third place with Sean Oliver in second, about 1.5 seconds behind Richard Reska, that's still leading the race. We're going to get to the start of lap 7 now. Richard followed by Sean, and then we've got Ernest and Mark Guy battling for that last podium position. Mark Guy is trying to go onto the outside, Ernest defending on the inside. Here Mark can get the switchback. Ernest is making that feature a little bit wide there. Nicely done, and great racing. Adrian Griesel trying to get up to speed to see if he can pass John Visser. You know, Adrian had a little bit of a spin earlier in the race. 11th we've got Renzo Scott, and then JP Brandt trying to get back through the field, going on to the inside in Clubhouse Bend. I think the youngster Clayton Ella did well there not to turn into JP, and it was nicely managed through that corner. This front here seems like Ernest had a little bit of a incident. He's now behind Jamie, so Mark Guy got past, and a little bit wide for Ernest there on exit of Ingwe. And now Jamie Ray Nichols is now chasing Mark for that third podium position. Yeah, and as quickly as the race started, we're already on the last lap with Richard still leading the race. Sean there in second. And we've got the battle of for the last podium position now between Mark Guy and Jamie Ray Nichols. Fifth is Ernest Heather, Johnny Gelnhuys in 6th, sorry. Tyler Scott in 7th. John Visser and Drian Griesel in 9th and 10th. Other youngster in the field, Renzo Scott in 11th. Warren Dodd. I like that livery Primera, it's just classic. Now Warren in 12th. Let's see JP Brandt. Now after the first lap incident, probably lost a lot of places. Clayton Eller, the other youngster. The Jacobus Basson is also now right behind him there. Kevin Scott there in 18th, John Ray, in 19th, John Ray in 18th. And let's jump back to the leader. Now Richard Reska, winner of our first round, first race. With Sean Olivier about a second behind. Then we have Mark Guy taking third. He also Sean Olivier did the fastest lap on the last lap. Damon Ray Nichols, Ernest Heather in the 5th. Johnny Gelnhuys in 6th, 7th, Taylor Scott. Bradley Taylor Drian Griesel and John Visser, the top 10. Happy Brand recovery drive to 13th. Clayton Allen just couldn't get past I think it's Jacobus Passon there. A little bit of a argy-bargy after the race. Yeah, so great racing, guys. Thank you so much. Sorry about the first lap incident, but that's racing. And let's see how second race is going and see if we can bring you all the action again. Thank you for watching, and we'll be right back to at just in a few moments. Yeah, and we are almost back for the second race. As we saw Richard Retzke taking that win, Sean Olivier and Markai second and third. And I just heard Ernest just mention, because he was still in third and Mark was fourth, and then there was a little bit of an incident. Just take your eye off the track for a blink of a moment and anything can happen. Yeah, the start of the second race almost upon us. Richard Retzke will be there in pole position with Sean Olivier in a better starting position as for the first race. Mark Ivey in third, Jamie Ray Nichols fourth, Ernest Heather in fifth. Johnny also coming up a little bit higher after his lower qualifying from the first race. And sixth, Tyler Scott, seventh, John Rebecca's eighth. Nice position there. And now let's see if we can bring you the action for the second race. think the nerves should be more calmer than the first race. Had a little bit of an incident on the first lap in the first corner, and that's, I think, the notorious turn 1-4 of KYALAMI. And while we're just waiting for the clock to tick over, so this is the first of 6 rounds, and we will bring you all the action live here just on SIMSPEED. Enjoy. See if we can see the race start, so the lights are going off. Nice start from Sean and Richard as well. The guys are close packed together, 3-4 wide. Probably not a good thing to do for the first corner. The Richard's going defensive very early. Keep it tight now. Sean going out on the wide, on the outside, and making the pass stick. A little bit offline now, but managing to get that pass. Let us see just what's happening at the back. Looks like everyone got through cleanly. Well done, guys. Now that's the kind of starts that we need to see. Let's go back to the front runners. All the guys are sorting themselves out. Sean took the lead there in turn 1, with Richard very close by. So we'll keep an eye on that battle. And then Ernest Heather got past Jamie and Mark back into that third place, using the opportunity to now at the start see what's happening at the back. We've got Renzo Scott. I must say, everyone, Willie van Wyk picked up 2 positions from 16th already. Very well done. See Ernest Passon there in 27th position. The guys giving each other plenty of room around the corners. See, there was a little bit of a spin there. And let's get back to the 2 front runners. I see Richard is right in the slipstream of Sean. Sean is a little bit of a late movement there, but Richard now trying to get on the outside, and again see if I can use that outside line to get the cut back. Markai also right behind Ernest. A little bit of a tail slide coming through that corner. See Richard running a little bit wide on exit of just before Clubhouse. Unfortunately, looks like Drian Griesel left us, maybe a network issue. If we can get some other action. See the guys are still looking to sort themselves out. Where is one of the 60/60 cars sliding on that curb into the S's. Jamie Ray Nichols also now very closely behind Mark I. So those 3 are back at it for that final podium position. JP Brandt also now right behind Johnny Geldenhuis. Looks like JP also picked up a few spots on the first opening laps. Ernest Passon chasing after Bradley Taylor. Get back to that third place fight. Markai getting out of the slipstream, going to the inside line. Ernest giving him enough room there on the outside, but Ernest keeping it tight. And Ray Nichols says also, you guys make a mistake and I'll gladly take over. Mark and Jamie side by side, going into sunset. Really on Mark on the curb there, keeping control of that Mondeo. It seems like Jamie's got the inside line now for Clubhouse. Mark will have the wider line, maybe have some better exit speed there. The slots in behind Jamie. Richard still trying to get up to closer to Sean. Mark and Jamie trading positions again. JP Brandt still trying to get past Johnny. He can make it. Oh, Richard, unfortunately, did have an off there. Didn't see what happened there. Just regroup again and let's get back to it. Now Richard is also now in that fight now for third position. So Sean is leading, Ernest now in second place, a little bit of a gap there. Jamie Ray Nichols, Mark Guy, Richard Risker and JP Brandt almost there, Johnny Gelmes, a whole group of about 5-6 cars fighting for that position. So yeah, the Mondeo is holding its own through with the smaller cars there. Richard now right behind Jamie Ray Nichols. But on the inside I have to have the title line because of Mark Guy on his outside. Now Mark's got the inside line. If Richard can get the cutback. Side by side through the S's is probably not a good thing. I see Mark going over the grass and just do a safe return because there's a little bit of a gap behind these cars. Okay, let's get back to some other action. Now we've got Abruf Jacobs, John Visser and John Rebekers and Jacobus Besson all in this group. And they're fighting for 13th position. Pretty wide through the mine shaft, but the bottom of the mine shaft. That's crazy. And a little bit of a tap there. So yeah, the guys just didn't. I think three cars through the corner is probably not a best recommendation, and something was bound to happen there. I think Andre Beek is probably at the receiving end, or was it Philip? Okay, and up front, Sean has got to open the gap about 2.5 seconds. Johnny Gelden is now behind JP Brandt. Oh, JP running off track there, going wide. Johnny should have run on him because of the speed difference. We've got Caden Scott right behind Clayton Ella. And just in front of them, Rian van der Westhuizen in the Alpha 155 and 2 Alpha 156s chasing Rian there. Caden opted to just slot in behind Clayton there for the S's. Just later on the inside. Bit too much curb maybe. I think Caden will just drive around him because of the higher exit speed of the wider line. Okay, see where's some other action happening. We still got this group of Harnas Passon. I think with the two 60-60 cars. No, it's the Sondre Beek is just in front of Harnas. Get to that. John Visser also now in the mix there. I think John Visser also. Got Richard Footman. I just went off a little bit there on the exit of Crocodiles. And then Philip van Stalen there in 26th position with the other 60-60 car. You see where the other 60-60 car of John Rebecca. John is in 21st position. It's some action again. Here Rian van der Westhuizen and Renzo Scott. Rian sliding it through Sunset, keeping control. Renzo keeping to that inside line. Went early on the fence. I'll see how they go through the S's. Not too much curb, sliding around that first one. Yeah, we've got Tyler Scott and Clayton Ella. I don't see Richard. Let's see if Richard is still on the server. Unfortunately, it seems like Richard Resker disconnected. Get it back to the action. Yeah, it was race lap 7 of 8. Sean Olivier leading with Ernest Heather there in second place. Jamie Nichols is slowly closing the gap to Ernest. Oh, there's Richard in fourth place. Sorry, I was looking and not seeing. You know, at sometimes you see things but you don't actually see it. Sorry for that. Richard in fourth. I think Richard had a little bit of an incident earlier in the race. I haven't seen it, so you'll probably hear more afterwards. JP Brandt in fourth, fifth. Johnny Gelmans in sixth. Mark Heine, Fort Mondeo in seventh. Willie van Wyk. Much better race for Willie. I think from 16th from the start of the second race up to 8th. So well done, Willie. Caden Scott in 8th and 9th, and Rian van der Westhuizen in 10th. And we've got Renzo Scott, Jacobus Basson, Tyler Scott, Clayton Ella, Bradley Taylor in 15th, and Mike Ramsey 16th position. Let's jump up to the front. I see JP Brandt now right behind Richard. And Sean Olivier just put up the fastest race lap of the race with a 156.3. About 0.3 quicker than when the guys qualified. Probably less fuel, more consistent drive. Richard is just keeping online, making sure that it doesn't make mistakes. Just a little bit of early turn in, going over the curb there, which will unsettle the car. But seems like it's got enough exit speed to just keep JP behind. Jacobus Hassan just behind the youngster Renzo Scott. I think with Tyler Scott just behind him. Come back to JP. Oh, the guys are already on the final lap. Just seems like JP once had fourth position from Richard. And Richard just keeping on the racing line. I think maybe in the mind says, JP, if you want to come by, you must work for it. Here at the bottom of the mine shaft going into the crocodiles. Richard going a little bit defensive to the inside. JP's thought about the cut back there, and yeah, there we've got the leader, Sean Olivier. Well driven, Sean. And Ernest Heather, and right on his bumper almost Jamie Ray Nichols in third. Richard with JP Brandt in fifth, Johnny Gelme sixth, Markai in seventh, Willie van Wyk a good eighth position, Caden Scott, Rian van der Westhuizen, and then Jacobus Passon, Tyler Scott, Renzo Scott, Clayton Ella in 11th, Bradley Taylor 12th, Mike Ramsey 13th. We've got Alberuf Jacobs there, John Breakers 18th. Yeah, that's about it. So well done, Sean Olivier on the second race win, Richard Reska on the first race win. I have to say, hats off to all the guys. Hardly any incidents on the first lap. That was nice to see. Nice and clean racing. Yeah, and I think for the next one we will have some drivers doing some commentary as well. Now after the races, maybe I'll draw them in to see and ask them how the races go and so on. And yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. Catch us next Sunday for the second one, and then we will I think our next one is Curitiba, quite a nice flowing track. And then yeah, everyone, thank you for the support, for watching the videos, watching the streams, supporting the drivers, making them practice as well, because that's quite important. And then yeah, on Wednesdays we've got our Sport Cup League, so that's on Wednesday evenings, and Sunday evenings we've got this 90 TC, the TC cars, the touring cars. A little bit of some of the cars history. I'll talk about that more in the coming races. You know, the history of the cars, because these cars were quite nostalgic in the 90s, especially in the British Touring Car Championship. Yeah, thank you from my side again, and I hope you have a nice evening further on in a week. Be safe during the week, and we'll catch you again on the flip side.